Hello, hello, welcome back. This is Robin Norgren, and you are landing on my series on Herbal Medicine 101, or how do you even get started when you for real have never even read a thing about it before? So make sure and check my playlist. I am going in order. I am starting with this wonderful book by Rosemary Gladstar. It's called Medicinal Herbs, A Beginner's Guide. And what I'm doing is I'm just reading it as a beginner and trying to understand how I can incorporate this in my life as a woman in her, middle 50s? Middle 50s. So thanks for stopping by. And if this seems interesting to you, please stay tuned. Today I am going to talk about Cayenne, Cayenne. Again, this is what cayenne looks like. Cayenne peppers is what it looks like in this picture. It says, because of its legendary curative properties, its exciting flavor, and its magical ability to sustain a sense of well-being, cayenne is one of her favorite herbs for both medicinal and culinary purposes. An herb supreme for warming the system, cayenne gets blood circulating through cold fingers, toes, and other extremities and gives an overall sense of warmth. It's an excellent analgesic, often used topically to relieve pain. And no herb works better to relieve congestion. I couldn't imagine getting through a winter without it. Wow. Okay, so a couple things we're learning about circulating the blood, number one, relieving pain, and relieving congestion. Beautiful. All right, so it says growing cayenne. Cayenne is fairly easy to grow. And annual, it does best with a long growing season, warm weather, fertile soil, and full sun. But it's tolerant. It thrives even in her northern Vermont, which is perhaps less well suited for growing cayenne than other places. And after a good summer, more sunshine than rain, we're able to harvest a host of these bright red chilies. All right, so now we're going to go a little more into the medicinal uses, which is what we're here for, right? Cayenne is a warming circulatory stimulant, a safe and effective tonic for the heart, and an excellent digestive aid. One of its active ingredients, capsaicin, stimulates circulation through the body and assists in digestion by stimulating the release of both saliva and stomach enzymes. Capsaicin also signals the brain to release endorphins, the body's feel-good hormones. What do you know? And capsaicin has proved so effective as a topical pain reliever for arthritis, bursitis, and muscle and joint aches that it's the active ingredient in several over-the-counter pain relief creams. All right, so you guys are going to have to check this out. Capsaicin. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to find the correlation here. So it's cayenne, right? And its active ingredient is capsaicin. So ultimately, we're saying that we have cayenne in our muscle and joint pain relief creams, right? Is that how you're hearing it? So it says, rich in vitamins A and C, cayenne can aid and support the immune system, which is one of the reasons it's so useful in formulas for colds and flus. Cayenne has a long history of use as a heart herb. Dr. John Christopher, a well-known and most beloved herbalist of the mid-20th century, recommended it both as a first aid for a heart attack and a tonic to strengthen the heart. Recent scientific studies done in the United States and India show that cayenne lowers cholesterol and may help reduce the severity of heart disease. Well, my goodness. That's something to pay attention to. Lowers cholesterol and helps reduce the severity of heart disease, as well as releasing capsaicin, which is a body's feel-good hormone. Wow. 3 reasons right there for me to pay attention to cayenne. What do you say? Okay, so then it says the parts that are used. Only the fruit is edible and medicinal, as is the case for other members of the nightshade family to which cayenne belongs. The leaves, stems, and flowers can be toxic. Okay, so just the flower. All right, so now it says safety factors. Cayenne, though perfectly safe, needs a warning sign. This herb is hot. If for no other reason, you should use it cautiously. When handled directly, compounds in the chili can burn the skin, especially for those who have fair or sensitive skin. And if that's the case for you, wear gloves when working with cayenne. Do not touch your eyes after handling cayenne, as it will sting. Cayenne is a strong stimulant and can cause stomach convulsions if taken in large amounts. The most important thing is to use appropriate dosages. Small amounts go a long way with this herb. Okay, so this leads me back to the question of the putting on of cayenne, from just your seasonings. How much of that is, how potent is that, right? That'd be something to definitely pay attention to. Okay, so then she gives us a recipe for cold care capsules. And it says, if you plan to make a lot of capsules, a handy little device called the capsule machine will shorten the job and be a worthy investment. It's made by a company called Capsule Connection and is available from many herb shops and online. So I'll put that below in the notes. Okay, so she's given us a recipe for cold care capsules and also for creaky bones cayenne rub. Okay, but first let's say this: sizzling foot warmer. All right, so we got something about the feet again, just like we did in that last video about basil. Cayenne is an effective circulatory herb for those who have poor circulation and is a popular remedy for warming cold hands and feet. Try sprinkling a small amount of cayenne, no more than 1/8 teaspoon. Wow. In your shoes to help warm your toes. If you find cayenne alone to be too hot or irritating, mix it with an equal amount of dried ginger powder. All right, tell me down below if you have tried putting cayenne in your shoes. I'm assuming socks are on, right? Yeah, I would think you'd have to have your socks on. All right, so here's the last thing I want to share with you, and then we'll end it for the day. This salve, it's called the Creaky Bones Cayenne Rub. This salve is excellent for soothing achy joints and creaky bones. Be careful not to touch your eyes or other delicate parts after using it, though, and wash your hands well. So it says 1/2 cup of olive or peanut oil, 1 tablespoon of cayenne powder or flakes, 1/8 cup of beeswax, and a few drops of wintergreen essential oil to make the salve. Okay, so you're making the oil, making an herbal oil with the oil and the cayenne, and then you use the oil and the beeswax to make a salve. And then after removing the salve from the heat, I need to go into this further in another video, add enough wintergreen essential oil to scent the salve sufficiently. It should have a strong but not overbearing smell. Okay, so then you rub a fingerful or so over your aches and pains to soothe and relieve. All right, guys. Well, another beautiful use for cayenne that I had no idea about. So share in the comments down below if you have stories about using cayenne, or if you have recipes that you'd like to share with others, and also what your thoughts are about like this idea of using herbal medicine in this way, like taking each one of those everyday items that many of us have heard about, basil, cayenne, garlic, and really breaking it down as to, well, what exactly can you do with it? Are you liking that? Or where else would you like me to go with this series? Because I am definitely open to it. All right, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. I will be dropping a video 2 times a week so that you have consistent information for you to go back and try and then come back and tell me how it went for you. All right, thanks for stopping by. My name's Robin Norgren.